All right, guys, here's Jeff. He's going to make a quick opening statement, and then we'll take it for questions.
What's up, guys? Rich, I told you I'd update you on Kobe, so I stick to my word. Kobe had surgery on his ACL yesterday, so he will be out for the year. He had the surgery yesterday morning, and I didn't want to say anything. I wanted him to have the day to kind of have the surgery, clear his head, and not have to read about it all over the media. So out of respect for him, I just want to make sure everything went okay. Everything did go okay, and he will be on to recovery. So that's the news on Kobe today. We'll miss him. Not only a great player, but a great leader, and he'll be back. So that's the news on him today.
We'll start things off with Rich.
Just to go back to Kobe, how's his mental state? I mean, he's had teammates that were injured in similar situations. Is he handling it okay? And,
Yeah, honestly, Rich, he's handling it really well. I'll give you an example which shows the type of person he is. Friday night before the game, he knew he wasn't playing last week, and he knew what was going on. And he called me up the night, probably about 10 o'clock, and asked if he could go early with the equipment people to go help set up the locker room because he wanted to contribute to the team. So you're talking about a great act of leadership, just an incredible kid, and he'll battle through it. He was in great spirits when I talked to him yesterday. A little groggy, but he was in good spirits, and he'll come back strong.
Go to Dan.
Coach, yesterday you had mentioned that the Texas State is a kind of an explosive offense. They like to take their shots and go downfield. For you to defend that, what are some of the things that you look for? Is it vertical? Is it slant? Do you have to play up against the wide receivers? Like, how do you defend against when they take their shots?
Well, I think Coach Spavital calls it. Not only is he the head coach, but he calls it, and he did so at West Virginia, and he does it all. I mean, they'll hit explosives on catch and run. They'll try to take you over the top. They'll screen you. They got some quarterback run game. So it's a mix of everything, truthfully, Dan. I think you're going to see a lot of balls thrown down the field, but, his RPO game is a lot of good catch and run with very fast players. And they make you pay if you're not on top of it, if you don't tackle and run to the football.
We'll go back to Rich.
Hey, Coach, are you a little concerned about your red zone defense? You got a couple of fortunate turnovers there inside the 5, but they were able to move the ball in there. Is that something you're looking at this week?
Well, I think our red zone defense, which was actually one of the best things that we played. I think we got to clean up first and second and third down in the field to not let them down there. But I think what you saw once they got down there, I think our guys executed at a very high level in the red zone. So I'd kind of flip it. I think we let them down there too much. We can't have teams hanging out in our red zone all day. But if they do, we got to hold them to field goals or take the ball away. So credit to the defense, and I thought Tim did a really good job down there getting our guys settled and, putting us in some really, really good situations.
We'll go next to Emma.
Hey, Coach. So your offense was pretty versatile in the Duke game. You got a lot of good weapons going on in the run game and the pass game. Are there any positions or spots in the field that you're looking to emphasize some more against Texas State?
No, I think we got to improve. We got to be able to run the ball consistently. We have to be able to hold up in pass protection. I think you saw, truthfully, in that first game, a very dialed down offense from what you're going to see going forward. With it really being Phil's first game and Coach Signetti trying to get a feel for who we are. He stayed pretty basic in that game, and he wanted to keep it simple and let the guys play fast and execute. So I think you'll see us, open it up a little bit more, and I think you'll see more guys get involved for sure.
We'll go next to Matt.
Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Good, Matt. What's going on?
Not much. Just I've been asking a bunch of different coaches this in light of what's happening at Florida State. I'm curious, if God forbid you tested positive and found yourself in a situation like Coach Norvell, what would the protocols be? Have you guys practiced those protocols as far as would you still be able to watch practice live from your bedroom? Would you still be communicating with the team similar to how you do now? What would that look like? Like, what have you guys prepared for in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have to have a plan just like everybody else does, because you never know. Fortunately, we learned through the quarantine when we were home that we could get a lot accomplished through Zoom. I could have team meetings through Zoom. I can watch film with the staff through Zoom. I can have staff meetings with Zoom. So you could really accomplish a lot of things. I think the hardest thing would be game day. One, it'd be hard for me, if unfortunately I had to not be there for the game. But we have a plan in place. Who would take over as the head coach? Who would take over as the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, position by position? We have like a depth chart for coaches now, Matt, which is probably the craziest thing I've ever said in my life. But we have a depth chart, and it's about 3 deep. And then after that, we might have to have Rich be the offensive coordinator. So we don't have much more after that.
Pass on every down.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Any other questions for Jeff? We'll go to Rich.
Kind of getting back to your last statement about opening up the playbook a little bit. Was it really that vanilla that you had against Wake? And there are things that other plays that you could see coming into without giving away your game plan with that you can attack defenses with.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, Rich, I'll be honest with you. I think it was about as vanilla in all 3 phases as you'll see all year. We kind of took the greatest hits, what we felt best about, most comfortable about, and we just stuck to them. And I could probably speak defensively more than I can offensively, but, we didn't want to throw a whole bunch out there. We wanted our guys to play fast, be confident, and do what they felt good at. I said this earlier, with not having spring football and then really kind of having a strange training camp, I think you'll see from week 1 to week 3 to week 5 to week 10 and so on. I think you'll see us gradually, grow and develop. But we can't just jump in and do everything or we won't look good.
We'll go back to Emma.
Hey, Coach. Sort of going off of that, with Phil as your starting quarterback and no spring ball, like you said, how has he sort of to the new playbook? How long has it taken him? Is it like a quick process? Is he picking it up quickly or anything like that?
Well, I think it's still going to be a work in progress, Emma. That's why I said I think you're just like any other guy who hasn't played much, especially in the same system. You're going to see some mistakes and you're going to see some great plays. And, we're going to stick with them and keep them confident and grow and help them develop and just do the best we can.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much for your time today. We appreciate it.
All right, guys.